And so these are just some of the learned skills that I picked up along the way. Choose happiness. Raise your vibration. It's something, it's simple to say, and it's simple to think about. It is the most difficult thing you probably will ever do. And I say that, and the reason why I mentioned earlier on about my father being a psychiatrist is that I was brought up basically with everything comes down to a choice. You know, it's choices. And then there are the consequences of those choices. It's good or bad, it doesn't matter, it's choices. So I'm like, all right, if everything boils down to a choice, then I guess I could choose to be happy. I could choose to behave in a happy, upbeat manner. The law of attraction is real. I don't know if you guys ever thought about this or ever, considered this. You can actually practice manifestation. So this is a new thing for me. I like mixed martial arts. I like MMA fighting. And there's this one guy, his name's Conor McGregor. I don't know if you guys have heard of Conor McGregor. Real boisterous Irish guy, real loudmouth, phenomenal fighter. But when you hear what he's saying between the lines, he talks about manifestation, talks about law of attraction, talks about creating generational wealth. And I'm like, okay, forget about the fighter. Who's that guy? Like, what are you doing that I can follow? I found out he read a book called The Secret, and it's about the law of attraction. It's the coolest thing ever. So I highly recommend you guys check out that book. When I say you can practice manifestation, stick with me here. You can start off by going, I'm going to get the open parking spot at a very busy parking lot at a blah, blah, blah store. This is what Conor McGregor did. And I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. It started working. I'm like, oh, wow. Last summer, I said to Casey, I'm like, let's try another one. Who haven't we talked to in our friends for like a long time? And it's one of Casey's best friends. But they were close with her. It's been months. I said, let's just spend like the day thinking about Kim and her husband Tommy and see what happens. We did that, and that night there was comments on Facebook and like a text message, and we're like, holy crap, this works. It works, and you can research it, you can look up on it, and it's just the little things, it's the little parking spot. You start there. I'm going to try to start to do that and go, one day I'm going to say, I told you guys I was going to build a $100 million business out of a chain of PB&J stores. I told you I was going to do it. It's because I'm now learning and practicing law of attraction and the manifestation. Here's something we talked about a lot in this day was learn to unplug yourself. Learn to ground yourself. What I like to do, I take my shoes off, I go in my backyard, and I just stand in the grass. And I have a gigantic oak tree, and I just stand looking at the oak tree. Sometimes if it's raining, I'll stand out there in the rain. Casey and my daughters are like, what the hell's Daddy doing? I'm like, I'm out here because I'm out here, Because, it is important to learn how to unplug. It is important to break away from that daily routine because that's how you recharge yourself. That's how you get yourself freshened up. That's only what I do. If you don't like being barefoot outside the grass, then, don't do that. But you find, if you put me in Mother Nature, I'm barefoot, just staring at the stuff. Explore aha moments. That could be anything for anybody on any level. When you have them, explore them, however that means for you. Here's one of my favorite ones. Embrace vulnerability. I love telling people, like, I'm not the smartest one here. You guys know way more about everything than I do. I just know about peanut butter and jelly and being a good dad and a good husband, so I go in saying, this is where I'm weak. I'll go to the University of Mary Washington to a room full of professors and go, I'm terrible here. Can you please help me? And they're like, yeah, sure. So if you embrace that vulnerability, it'll kind of change your mentality on failure. Use critical validation points. When you get commended for something, embrace it. Own it, love it. Say, holy crap, I pulled that off. Like, yeah, that's great. It's good to get critical feedback, and I'm not saying surround yourself with people who just talk about, oh, you're the best. No, like you get to critical feedback, but if you see your business, your name, or whatever you're doing in your life kind of come back to you, or you hear it pop up elsewhere, or there's a comment, or it could just be a hug from your kid if you got kids saying, oh, you're the best mom or dad ever. Use that. It's very important to build off of that. This is another tough one. recognize and eliminate negative energy. Now this can go to family members, parents, spouses, siblings, best friends, business coworkers. I mean, it could be everything and anything. And you have to learn how to recognize what that negative energy is. Throughout our course, I've employed plenty of people that I'm like, oh, this is just not good for what I'm trying to do with myself. You know, this has been a negative energy. I shouldn't have allowed myself to be open to this person just, whatever, complaining, whatever it might be. The better you get at eliminating negative energy, like you don't have to be a jerk about it, but you can just say, listen, like, I'm just gonna go do me. You can go do you. Good luck. I will see you later. Engage with your community. Here we all are. You know, that should be number one. I mean, Sprelly isn't anything unless it was engaged with its community. So I owe all of what I'm doing and Sprelly to this community, to Fredericksburg, to the Chamber, to all of it. I just get to like be my normal, happy self that I've always been with this desire to be an entrepreneur. Now I have my little tool. I got my vehicle that I can achieve these goals. And I'm engaging with the community to do so. All right, so we're almost